Well, we are finally here at the end of the 2024 NFL season for the Chicago Bears. And this has been a season, that's for sure. And what better way to end it off than to face the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field, which, to be fair, we haven't won against them there since 2015, almost 9 years ago. Yeah. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Soulback Sports and Soulback with another video and another prediction for this upcoming game Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. Before we get into today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to the channel and it really helps me create content like this for you guys. So please do subscribe. It really means a lot. And yeah, this is really not much to say. Really, I'm just doing it for the sake of, continuity. I've done it every single week, and we're about to approach. We already have a 10-game losing streak, and we're going to make it 11 if we lose to the Green Bay Packers, which, spoiler alert, we are going to lose, but I'll get to my prediction like in depth at the end of this video. Um, yeah, it's going to be a 12 p.m. game at Lambeau Field. And like I said, we haven't won against them there in 9 years. And I'm about to be approaching a new year, which means it's going to be like 10 years at this point. And it was when Jay Cutler was still our quarterback, and we were like 4-6 at one point. Yeah, similar situation where Chicago Bears really are 4-12 right now. The Green Bay Packers are 11-5, trying to fight for seeding in the upcoming playoffs. With their loss to the Vikings last week, they're looking to really, take all their frustration and anger of losing that game on the Bears. And rightfully so. They're going to probably do that because our defense is non-existent at some points. Um, don't let the Seahawks game last week mislead you with how good our defense is. Seattle really blew the game. To be really honest with you, they weren't even that good either. So the fact that we were able to hold them to two field goals doesn't really say much about our defense. Really, it says how bad both teams were. So that being said, Jordan Love going into this game has 3,320 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. And to be saying that he's the focal point of that offense is kind of not really necessarily true. For Josh Jacobs has really taken a step forward and really honed in his abilities, as a Green Bay Packer, and the talent that he's had on or seen on the Raiders. We have been seeing it throughout the season where he has currently 295 carries, 1,285 yards, and 14 touchdowns all season. So he's a really big portion of this Green Bay Packers offense. And they're going to really utilize him a lot. And in terms of the defense for the Chicago Bears side, we don't really do well when it comes to the defensive side, when it comes to the running backs, holding them down because the running backs find a way to get openings. And it just been a problem all season long. Javon Dexter has been pretty solid throughout the season, had some time off here and there, but overall he's been having a pretty solid second year to his season. Montez Sweat having trouble getting to the quarterback. I don't think it's going to be an issue. The problem is when you don't have pressure on Jordan Love, he will cook you. And I feel like this second go around for the NFC North teams in our division has gotten a lot worse than the first three times we faced the NFC North teams. Because the first three times we had Matt Eberflus, who actually called a decent defense. Eric Washington, on the other hand, can call a significantly good defense. I predicted that Eric Washington could be a step up and could, be able to call a defense. I was completely wrong. And there's really no point in talking about that because it really is a coin toss at the end of the day when it comes to this Bears defense. Offensively, not much else to say more. It's really just dependent on, not making it really obvious, which we probably will do. The screen passes are going to be a thing constantly. Running it on second down and first down and then throwing it on third, probably going to be a thing as well. DeAndre Swift consistently has been very inconsistent throughout the season with his production. And that's really mainly also due to play calling as well. I'm not putting it 100% on him, but he does play a major role because, starting off the season, he wasn't that great. He had his uptick in production near the middle of the season, but then it kind of went down as well and kind of fluctuated. So it's going to be really dependent on the run game and getting Roshan Johnson involved. And speaking of getting someone involved, Cole Kmet has to be involved, man. It was diabolical last game. The fact that Cole Kmet was only targeted 0 times. Oh, you were thinking I was going to say 1, right? No, it was actually 0. We went from 1 target the previous game to 0 the next game. Make it make sense because I just don't understand it, Thomas Brown. Um, to say Thomas Brown has been underwhelming is an understatement. Like, he hasn't been good either when it comes to play calling. He's been very inconsistent. And really, to be fair, like in his defense, it's a lot to place on a coordinator who had 2 position changes over the course of 2 weeks. So I'm not going to put it all on him, but he's definitely not the answer or the solution for the Chicago Bears team. And, he does, I don't think necessarily he won't get an interview because of this, but he will probably get it. um, the worst I'll see is that he's an offensive coordinator. I don't think he'll be on this team next year. That's my take because I feel like if it were Ben Johnson or whoever it's going to be, I don't think they're going to retain Thomas Brown. They're going to probably want a clean slate. Then again, I'm getting off track. DJ Moore currently has 880 yards for 5 touchdowns this season. Look for him to get involved a little bit. I think Keenan Allen's going to probably get involved as well. And I think they're going to try to get Roma Dunze involved. I mean, I probably just listed out all the 3 wide receivers that are on the team, but the focal point should be Roma Dunze at this point. Like, DJ and Roma Dunze are the ones that are going to be here long term. And focusing for Caleb to get more plays and passes to them will be beneficial going into this offseason for more reps and something really to kind of help Caleb's confidence going into next season. And it's not like his confidence is going to get an uptick with a loss here because this Bears team is not good enough to win anything right now. And I don't think we'll even have a single sliver of a hope to even upset the Green Bay Packers this game because the Green Bay Packers are focusing on the playoffs right now. This is just, a scrimmage match for them at this point. And it's at Lambeau, it's home field, it's easy money. And if you're gonna bet on a game, bet on this one. Go crazy because the Bears aren't winning this one. And yeah, Caleb is the last point of this whole thing because I kind of went pretty long on this video, longer than I really wanted to. But Caleb Williams, had a pretty solid NFL season for a rookie. 3,300 plus yards, 13 touch. No, what is it? 18 touchdowns. No, 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and he can probably hit 3,500 passing yards and climb in the rankings for top 5 because currently he is top 5 in his first season as a quarterback for this team with all this dysfunction. So that says a lot about Caleb and going into his offseason, prioritizing a good head coach, a good offensive coordinator, and an offensive line that can protect him and kind of grow with him as well, not backups. And that's what's going to be a problem this game because, the Green Bay Packers defense is really good, better than most people would think. And they'll try to get to the quarterback because Caleb Williams right now, that record is there where he's been sacked the most. He could be the most sacked quarterback of all time if the Bears aren't careful this game, which to be fair, knowing the Bears, they probably will break that record because he has been taking a lot of sacks. And I think the record is 77 sacks set by Derek Carr. Sorry, not Derek Carr, David Carr. So if he gets 10 sacks this game, I think, yeah, it will be not good. So avoiding sacks is definitely going to be the big focal point of this game. Caleb, just please stay safe, dude. Like genuinely, I want you to be healthy going into this season or in the off season. If it means pulling him halfway through the game, because this game is meaningless for both teams, really. Um, I mean, go crazy, but if it's don't go too crazy, you know what I mean. So that's gonna do it. I think that the Green Bay Packers are probably gonna win 45-20, or I would be even surprised we even score 20 points. Let's be really honest with ourselves. So I'm gonna probably say 45 to um, to 10. I think 10 is pretty like Caleb finishes off the season with 20 touchdowns, um, and a couple hundred more yards, and to get like 3,500. So that's gonna be it for this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for supporting the channel for the past year. It's really been a great series I've done for so far, and this is going to be my first NFL season fully I've covered. So thank you guys for joining me along the journey. We've hit 561 subscribers so far. Again, really appreciate it. Didn't make it to 600, but that's okay. We can always hit it next year. That's going to be doing it, and obviously, Happy New Year to anyone that celebrates. And it's gonna be a new year, and hopefully it's a new Bears team because we definitely need it. That's gonna do it for here. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.